Taking a look at today's interest rate markets. Let's take a look at the 10-year note futures as they're realizing a bit of moderation today. We're basically unchanged session over session. However, we did see a couple days of selling pressure coming into today's price action. And at one point, we did see the 10-year note futures actually trade down to a 5-session low of 116.11 in the September futures market. Now currently 116.27, which as I mentioned is basically unchanged day over day. When you look at some of the factors, I think, driving the markets today, there's several things to point to. Now, initially, data coming in this morning, U.S. Data, disappointing to some degree. Consumer confidence data came in weaker than anticipated. So I think that had an influence in the Treasury markets initially this morning. And then throughout the day, equity markets, after opening higher, realized some selling pressure throughout the session, and I think that we did see a rotation trade playing out to some degree as well, creating a little bit of a bid here as we move towards the afternoon in the Treasury markets due to the selling pressure in the equity markets. Third thing, some Fed speak and narratives that continue to float through the markets, and market continues to analyze those various narratives, and also some central bank narratives coming out of Europe and other parts of the globe. And the fourth thing would be the auction today, the 7-year auction of $40 billion, weaker than anticipated from a demand standpoint, and that's coming off of yesterday's 2s and 5s, which are also not as well received, I think, as what some market participants had been looking for. So when you look at today's price action, we're looking at a yield now of 320 basis points in the 10-year, which is basically unchanged day over day, as well as a range today between about 317 basis points to 325 basis points. So pretty much in the middle of that range today when you look at the general price action. And the yield curve slightly flatter at the end today. We did actually see it flatter initially, but then it shifted back a little bit this afternoon. Still a little bit flatter, though, with the front end of the curve selling off slightly more than the back end, which was basically unchanged on the session.